If you've been riding e-skate for a while, it seems like you're always just looking for that perfect wheel, right? Well, that's why I'm glad that there's a large variety of wheels to choose from out there. The first board that I actually bought had Cloud wheels on it, the Discovery wheels, the 120s, and I absolutely love them. They've come out with a bunch of different wheels since then, and today we're going to take a look at Cloudwheel Galaxy 105mm Urban All-Terrain Off-Road Electric Skateboard Wheels. In this case, the Pro version. Welcome back, I'm Tony, and yeah, I remember the first time I rode on Cloud wheels. I had ridden on urethane before that. I had one previous e-skate board before I bought my Lycon. And that board is the only board that I've really had a real crash on where I got injured. Yeah, those urethane wheels, man, if you're not careful, you hit a rock just right, they just stop and you go flying like Superman. For me, comfort is really, really important. I'm not a young guy, you know, so when I got on the Cloud wheels, I thought, oh man, these things, this makes all the difference in the world. Now, since then, Cloudwheel has come out with several different wheels, most of which I enjoy, but these Cloudwheel Galaxy, well, there's a Galaxy and a Galaxy Pro. I like them quite a bit. Let's take a look at the website. So there are two different versions of these. There's the Pro, which has the tread, and then there's the standard without the tread. Aside from that, I don't think there's a lot of difference between them. They both have 105mm diameter, 65mm wide, and 72A durometer. The Pro version has the treads, and those help repel rocks, sticks, debris in the road, also helps a bit with traction. So design features for these, they have the tread pattern design, hollow pour, no punctures, maximum shock absorption, higher top speed, and urban terrain. Now the board I tested it on is the X-Way Flex SE that had the Hydro wheels on there. I didn't notice any difference at all with the range or with the top speed. So, you know, I mean, they're very similar to the Hydro as far as that part goes. It has a concave tread pattern. So that means it's deeper in the center and less deep on the sides. They say it takes your grip on the road to the next level. Innovative design maximizes surface contact with the ground, providing superior traction. Say goodbye to slipping and sliding and enjoy a ride with confidence on any terrain. Well, that was one of the big complaints with the Discovery, is that people said they slipped. But here's the thing. Most of the time people were talking about moist roads or wet roads or whatever, and I'm here to tell you, even pneumatics will slip on that. So this unique tread pattern is meant to increase the friction between the tire and the ground, providing better grip and more stable riding. They've got a little cutaway section on here that says exceptional shock absorption for a smooth ride. They feature hollow pour technology and a custom urethane pouring process that form 12 hollow pockets on the inside surface of each wheel. Pockets give extra space for the soft urethane to flex and compress in the contours and bumps in the road. They got the hollow pour technology and the high hardness TPU. They say the Cloudwheel Galaxy employs a unique enhanced polyurethane named Nebula formula, setting new standards in tear resistance. So less chunking, you know, when you hit something and it takes a chunk out of your wheel, less of that. And they're soft enough to give you extra cushion, but firm enough to remain durable for thousands of miles. Now I'll tell you, when you first get these things out of the package, they're shiny, they're slippery, just the outside surface of them is. So just be a little bit more careful when you first get to riding on them. After you wear them in a little bit, they ride really well, and the wear on them actually, it helps. Now you can get the standard set of these without the tread for $119, and on the Black Friday sale it's only $101, so not too bad. Not to mention you do get bearings with these. The EB01 high precision bearings, specially developed for electric skateboards, high speed, quiet, low friction, and dust proof. And of course the three colors for the wheels are Nero, which is black, sylvan green, and lavender. Much like the original Cloud wheels, these are, well, they're termed urban terrain, and I wouldn't exactly call them off-road, you know what I'm saying? So all-terrain, but urban terrain definitely. They can handle cracks in the sidewalk really, really well. The wheels dampen that, so if you're on a longer ride, they're super comfortable for that. They take on those braille bumps that they have on the sidewalk there right at the crosswalks really, really well. Speed bumps, rough asphalt, and the like are absolutely no problem. Now my area has a lot of pine straw, acorns, and other natural detriments this time of year, and these do great with it. They just roll right over all that stuff. I don't have to spend as much time shoegazing, you know, looking down at the ground to see what's coming to me. I can pretty much roll over anything. Carving on this thing feels great. Now, I'm not a super duper carver, but I don't like to go in a straight line either, but man, I tell you what, these feel really secure. I can almost hear and feel them sticking to the road. And never once, even with small debris on the road, did I have them break traction, so that's great. And while I did say that these are not really off-road, they actually did pretty decent for small off-roading type of things, you know? I can't go through thick sand or anything like that, but For the basic stuff that you might encounter on the road, these will definitely handle that. Of course, they really shine on smooth asphalt. You know, sometimes I can find a parking lot or a couple of streets that have just been paved and I'm like, oh yes, this is great. But they do equally well on rough asphalt. And we have, probably about 90% of that here in the Outer Banks, North Carolina. So every time I go for a ride, especially even just leaving my complex here, I'm hitting really rough asphalt and there's no sidewalk or anything else to hit. So it's a good long time of vibration on those ankles. That's not the way I want to start my ride, you know what I mean? Now, I did find that there was a little bit of low speed vibration in these, and that's a problem that people have reported with other wheels like Mad wheels and the Meepo wheels that also have the holes in the back of them, that hollow pore thing. Actually, the latest Mad wheels, the V2, I didn't have any of that issue on these. As I'm rolling slow, like, 2 to 5 miles per hour, I feel a little bit of vibration. I don't know if that was because the wheels were newer or what the deal is, but I've only put about 25, 30 miles on these total. It's pretty cold here in the Outer Banks, so I don't get as much time in as I like, and then all of a sudden we'll have a nice sunny day, like this day that I was riding with these. So for me, vibration isn't a problem, just at really low speeds, and well, I'm not worried about it then anyways. Now the green and the purple wheels, they're also very bright colors, especially the green, and I was pleasantly surprised that, sometimes when you've got these regular urethane wheels, 2 rides on them and, well, the surface, the contact patch of them is just black. These have retained the color amazingly well, and when I look at the treads, I can actually see little pieces of debris stuck in the treads, so I know the treads are working. So yeah, you've got a lot of choices these days when it comes to wheels. Do your research, check out which ones you like the most. If you like a smooth wheel, well, you might want to look at the Mad Wheels V2. These have the tread on them. That's pretty much the differentiating factor aside from the color on them. But I wanted to show you these today before we get into Black Friday because you probably got some decisions to make. So go check out their website. I've got a link down in the description for you. I can't think of anything else specific that I want to tell you about these wheels. I think they look great. They perform as I would expect. They're really grippy, and it didn't affect, at least for the board that I was using them on, didn't affect the range or speed on that at all, one way or the other. So that is the Cloudwheel Galaxy Pro 105mm, and I want to thank you so much for your support here on the channel. Likes, comments, shares, subscription, always very important to this channel, so if you like what you see, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a red subscribe button down there and notification bell. If you click both of those, you'll get notifications when I upload new videos. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you've been with this channel since 2013 or any time in between, thank you so much for sticking around and showing your support to the channel. I really appreciate you. While we're getting ready for Thanksgiving break, I hope you spend it with family and have a wonderful time. Just please be safe out there. And speaking of thanks, there is a thanks button down there if you'd like to leave a small monetary donation to the channel. I always appreciate that. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.